What's going on, team? It looks like it was another wild day in the markets. Looks like we're going actually almost back here towards the 396. Earlier in the day, I even put it out on my Twitter. I was like, can we get back to 396? That's when we jumped up and we go to none other than 395.99. That was at 11:45 a.m. I'm like, can we get back here? Well, little did I have to know that all I had to do was wait around for the 3 o'clock 2:45 turn. It looks like we got ourselves the power hour rally. Let's take a look underneath the hood at the close with Joel Elconin. Let's get to it.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
What's going on in this market? Can we get through the 396 at least on the SPY? I don't know how the ES is looking here, but talk to me.
I don't know. Could you it's Friday. Can you play the Rebecca Black It's Friday, that's Friday song? Or would you think we'd get in trouble from that?
Oh, I'll get it on a little bit. You know, I ain't worried about all that, Joel.
We'll get in trouble. We'll get in trouble from YouTube. Well, I was just looking because I was talking with Rob and stock odds and stuff, and we were just talking about on our show today, expirations and weekly closes, and if you look at all the shake and bake from the week. As of right now, we're down 30 handles. I mean, that's absolutely nothing. Yeah, we've had a nice range from 40, 50 to 75, of course. We never saw that during the regular session. That was after the PPI number. We did get a look at 39, 12, 50 yesterday, but we were like all hiding under our desks looking for cover. And then we're back up. So I still think, the battle of 4K rages on. High close for the move, 400.25. Doesn't look like we're going to improve on it today, but maybe we'll get some Turkey Day happiness, and get a Turkey Day rally next week. Half day on Friday, full day on Wednesday. So probably a little bit slower week. Of course, Black Friday next Friday too. The Buck's up 20 cents, 21 cents, kind of coiling up here. Need to get over 107 before we get a big move higher, and don't have great support for you yet. TLT, that's down 66 cents. May take this off the board. Crude, we were wondering why it's going down. Well, not much of a reason. Hit 77.59 back in the 80 handle, down only $1.30. I think maybe some expiration, rolling over the contract, a little less liquidity. Gold, been looking for that to crack. It has a little bit, down 12.70 at 17.50.30. Silver's kind of been the weak link the whole week, down a nickel, 20.92. And Bitcoin, I mean, come on now, Bitcoin, do something. You draw a little triangle here, but for you longs, you need to get up to 18, man. You need to get that target at 18. If you're looking to buy more, if we take out this 15, who knows? You go to 13.5 or 14, and then sit there for a couple days. Ethereum futures, they're up $16 at 12.03.
Well, Joel, it's Friday. Let's get to it. Let's take a look at the stock action. Was that it? Was that the one you wanted? It's Friday, Rebecca Black. Was that it?
I think good. Yes. Yeah, I did. My internet must have cut out for a second. Can you do it again?
I'll do it again. I ain't got no problem with it. Let's go.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
People hate that. I had to beg Spencer to do that once. He was so mad. He didn't want to do it.
I'm sure he did. Let's get towards the stock action. Let's take a
Spencer.
look. The other day, actually, I got in a battle with someone in the chat because they were saying that Spencer was on the corner somewhere. I was like, man, do I gotta hit you with a timeout? Leave my man Spencer alone, man. And then the
No,
next day he was
really.
like, no, he's just in underwear eating his frosted flakes right now, you know. And I'm like,
Well,
I
he got
wonder.
married last week.
I hope so.
He got-
I hope he's making a lot of money off of our stock commentary here or something, because he sure as heck ain't back here at Benzinga, so something's going right. But we'll see what else is going on. Let's get towards the market action. Let's take a look at, let's do Pan W. Pan W brought up there. Kind of held the gains, pulled back a little bit. Is this one more of a company that you'd be looking at in this environment, Joel?
Yeah, cybersecurity. I mean, I don't think that's going anywhere. We didn't give you any great levels in this one because it did take out the pre-market high. I don't think I had anything here. What was that high off the hop? 172.19. So it didn't exceed the pre-market high. Oh, really? Not by much. 172 regular session went to 173. So wasn't too good on that one. And then as I stated before, I'm just not good at, after stocks gap up, finding identifiable support areas. So I like the sector. I don't like buying gap ups, and there's really no reason to short it. But a good day for Palo Alto. What about its peers? I know someone asked us about Snow yesterday. Is Snow not really getting that lift off the 50% retracement? Who else would you throw in here, Mitch?
Crowd, you got CrowdStrike.
Let's see how the crowd strikers doing. They faded that one. Wow, big up
Yeah,
open. They brought
they
that
don't
in.
like these, man. And then there's that. What's the other one? I always forget this one. It's not. I keep thinking SI now, but I forgot it. There's another one there that
Z scaler.
Zscaler. There you go. ZS. Zscaler, and I think there's even one more that I'm forgetting right now. I'm just drawing a blank on them right now, but there's one more that I think we talk about often. That was kind of a
AKM.
newer one. It was a newer one. Oh, Sentinel S. Got it.
How is that one doing?
That thing's not looking good.
Oh, jeez.
You see, guys, I still got it in me.
What? Oh, yeah. Sentinel, and then CyberArk was the one.
Yeah, Cyber.
CyberArk. What's the one that brought down the whole internet that one time?
Which one
Remember
was
that
that
one?
one?
I bet
Yeah, I
you Jay
remember.
Rice
Like
knows.
it knocked the whole internet out.
And wasn't it a newer stock? Come on, help me out. Yeah, look at BZ. Is that your buddy?
That's why we
BZB
have,
Trading.
yes, this is why we
Is that your
have
buddy?
our chat, man. They come through. They know this stuff.
Oh, Fastly.
Fastly
Oh,
going
look at
down. And I'll tell you that much.
Wow. Wow.
The
I think
monthly
I'll
chart,
stay away
the monthly candles get smaller and smaller, but it still goes down. That's when you know it's bad. That's when you know it's bad.
Wow.
It's like tiny almost, the monthly charts, but they still don't even get into the green. That's not good.
Man. Okay. All right. 715 million to sell, says EKS. Like I said, these imbalances have just been squaring off a lot. But okay, what else? Do we want to do my call of the day?
Yes, let's go. Let's take a look. What was your call of the day? Pre-market prep stock? What you got for us?
Well, it's not the stock of the day. Stock of the day is ExxonMobil. We'll go to that in a
Okay.
second.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Ross Stores.
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
come
definitely on point. Like we talk about the starred levels all the time. This one was right on point. Tell us about it, Joel.
It's just, two daily highs really doesn't mean anything. I mean, it is to me and my daily technical analysis, but like monthly highs, 115.10, 115.22, 115.22 is your high for the year, right? So if you've been sitting on this pig the whole year, okay, and the market's down, 22% and everything's getting killed, and you get a chance to get your money back, man, people took it. Where it's going to go from here, I don't know. It would have been tough. It did shoot up off the open. We looked at the shorter term chart, but it's one of those trades where, okay, you don't short it when it's going up, and it would probably be harder than Dickens to short it when it went down. But once it came back down through that 115, then you could have just went and got a cup of coffee and been bringing this thing in. Also, something like this with, I don't know if many options are traded on this or whatever. But what if you took a flyer on the hundreds or something? Maybe they were like $5-6 or something. The thing's at 112, 113. You get, you get to do that. So that was Ross Stores. And then we did a good talk on oil. I really liked about our talk on oil this morning, but you know what? That the buy the dippers are still out there.
Yeah, they're
It's like
still
they're doing
out there.
Yep.
Can't shake them. Can't shake
Yep.
them.
That low PE, right? So, I mean, crude could, if you're banking this off crude, I mean, so far that formula has not worked. I mean, the people are out there hungry for low PE stocks, and even though ExxonMobil's had a big run, I don't even know what the PE is on it, but still low PE. Spoon's sneaking back up here, Mitch. We're over that 396. We're up 22 handles at 39.77. I don't know how we could end the week scratch. We would have to make a new high on the session. You had the Globex high at 94, and then the regular session high right there at 91.75. So that's going to be our target.
Are we going to go green on the weekly? Are we going to go green?
We got to get above. We settled last week. I looked at this. I thought it was 4.0025, and that was the high close for the move. Let me go to the daily. Boom, right here. Last Friday, 4.0025. Oh, and then they made it even more significant when they settled on Tuesday at 3.99950. So right, I mean that 4,000. And then I got this email. I get emails from all these people that want to, beg you to bring people on the show. And it was from this lady that represents some big bank. And she wanted to have the president or the money manager on there. And she said, and she sent me his report. And it was like the battle for 4,000. And I'm like, okay, like you're telling me that, but I can't remember who it is. It was some big money manager, some big bank, but we usually don't have them on. Jay says Foot Locker's selling a lot of Crocs. Let's hit Foot Locker, dude. That was a fade. How did we trade according to the pre-market high on this one?
Foot Locker, to me, I think this is one of those setups that I like. I usually look at the hourly charts on these, and I'm looking for stocks that pop, that are coming back towards kind of an hourly support. I felt that 35 was pretty nice on the hourly, and it held pretty well as it went back to that level. It cracked for like a second, went to like maybe where we got low there on there. We got about 34.81, but recovered that 35. That's kind of the level that I would watch to lean on now.
Yeah, I look at that gap, and I'm a buyer all day at 33.25, 33.19. But you know what? I did buy a new pair of shoes last weekend. I needed a new pair of shoes for the Michigan football game. It was like this sleety kind of snowy weather, but I didn't want to break out the boots. And I had a really good pair of shoes that I took on a hiking trip with Lisa, and I think I left them in some Airbnb somewhere. So I went and tried to find the exact pair of shoes. Just to show you guys what an old guy I am, bought another pair of Skechers. I got Skechers. Look at that stock. That stock's been on a roll. Look at that. That's a retailer. I got another pair
that
of
looks
Skechers.
juicy.
Unbelievable.
That looks juicy, man.
But,
that looks juicy to me, man.
On what side?
You know how I feel
What,
about
to buy
the
or to sell?
Oh, I feel like that's a sell.
You're always wanting to buy charts like this, Mitch. You're always buying. You're like, oh, like I look at this chart and I'm like, sell. And then you look at that chart and you're like, oh, this is breaking out. Oh, this is going higher. That's so unlike you. You're just, you're negative.
The charts. The charts are right. You're right there. The technicals are prime, but I just don't like the story. I don't like the fundamentals.
You ever had a
That's where I
pair?
get a little tough. Have I ever had a pair of Skechers? I honestly can say no, and that's
Have you
might
ever
be
tried a
my
pair
problem.
on?
I honestly can say no again.
And you know what? They're pretty cheap too. They're
I'm gonna have
cheap.
to get on the Sketcher game. I don't know my
They're
Sketcher
cheap,
game,
man.
Joel.
I tell you, when I pay for some treads, I mean, I get actually two shoes for what I usually
That is true. That is true. I
I get
usually
two shoes for what I usually pay. I would pay for one. I mean, that's they're cheap. They are definitely cheap. But all right,
I,
we're getting off the rails here. Bring us back.
I'm a Nike fan. I'm a Nike fan. I stick to my Nikes.
Yeah, I bought a I haven't I've been around. I bought some Hokas a while ago before the pandemic, and then Lisa bought a pair of Asics. Who makes Asics? Do you know? Is that another company? And I'm
I
like,
think I've
hey, those
heard.
look good. So I went out and bought a pair of
I think
those
that's
too.
European for some reason. I think it is.
Yeah,
Let's take a look at a
Nike's a
stock that we
tough
haven't
stock.
talked about in a long time. What about like a Best Buy? I haven't looked at Best Buy's
Mm.
chart in a long time. It just came to my mind because I'm thinking like, so
What
if
happened the other day? What happened?
I don't know. Let's take a look. Oh yeah,
Earnings?
that gap down. Let's take a look. I'm gonna pull up my Benzinga Pro right quick. I know I have another Benzinga Pro open somewhere else, but that's what happens when you have 4 monitors. But Best Buy, it's an interesting time right now. You're gonna get the Black Friday, right? Everyone's gonna be kind of maybe talking about Best Buy. I don't know who's thinking about buying electronics this year though, but I'm taking a look right now at what hit there. That was on Tuesday. I don't know.
Had to be
Looks like
earnings.
I mean, it was trading on sympathy from Walmart. Looks like that's what we have on Tuesday. So I don't see earnings there.
But well, no, what about Wednesday? That was just people regretting that they bought it. Was that the Target? It went up on Walmart.
I think it
and
was
down on-
Target. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it went
that-
up on. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It got targeted. Yeah, that's the target.
Okay, you got wow. That's weird. I mean, the chart looks absolutely horrible, so it's probably a good buy. This is interesting. It's interesting. 72 proved to me that you could hold 72.18, 72.18 the high today, 72.11 tomorrow was a high on Wednesday. So this gets bid above 72. I kind of like it. I think I'd be more inclined to play this to fill the gap up to 74.95 than I would to be test the low at 67.40. What are you laughing about?
David Lynn wants to know what my foot. What am I wearing right now? Socks, man. You think I'm wearing shoes inside the house?
Yeah. I got some nice socks too there.
Yeah, socks, man. What am I gonna
those
be
are
wearing?
really
Shoes
cheap.
in here?
Those are expensive.
Nah, but yeah. I'll tell you one thing.
Those
Those Jordan shoes,
Easy
man,
Mike saying
they're uncomfortable.
aristocrat.
Let's go to some different stocks. Also, we can keep going. You know what? It's Friday. Let's take stock.
We're
from the
ripping,
chat.
Mitch. We're ripping. We're ripping higher.
I know.
We're
That's all I
ripping.
needed
We're
to
ripping
do was
higher.
wait for the power hour. They want to shake us. Want to shake us, bulls, out of this market. They're trying to shake us out there. Let's go
Doing a
to
good
stocks
job.
from the chat. You guys throw them up. We got one right here. Evan Rude, 25 horsepower. Wants to take a look at CWH. CWH. Is that Camping World Holding?
Weren't you super bullish on this stock during the pandemic? That you did.
Yes,
weren't
I
you,
was in the pandemic. I loved this during the pandemic. I wanted my own camper.
And you were gonna rent it out for like $10,000 a weekend or something. I remember that.
You know it.
I like the pullback here. I think people are more inclined to go camping than they are to go in the metaverse. So I like this. You got a couple lows in the same area to lean on at 26.45, 26.72. You got to work your way. This got targeted on Wednesday. So I like it. I like it here, leaning on that. You're filling the gap today. I don't know what other news you have on it, but you did get to fill the gap, and leading on these lows right here. So just kind of quiet, but technically not looking too bad. I just wanted to look at Tarjay. Look at Tarjay just climbing its way back. Wow. Buy the dip and that one works again. So holy mackerel. Someone's now saying 4 billion to the buy side. Looks like some people knew that as they jacked up the S&Ps. EKS wants the Led Zeppelin story. Should I give it to you
Yeah,
real
we
quick,
can.
or should I
We
save
can. Let's wait to 58, and we'll do the Led Zeppelin story. Let's go. Let's run through a
Okay.
couple more stocks since we got some, but we will do that today. I will do that for you. That's for sure. Let's do this one. Change agent Colin Coin. Reason I can take a look at this one. I know Bank of America stepped in the middle of the day and said we're downgrading Coinbase and said FTX collapse, raising the contagion risk. Dun dun dun. And coin goes down. And didn't Kathy just buy this yesterday?
Oh man, what do you
I
want? What
don't
do y'all want me to tell you
understand
on
it.
this one? I mean, if if you want to hold on for the old time low, you can. That's 40.83 back in May. It looks like you have someone, until today. I would say 45 is pretty good support. Don't know so much about the Bank of America downgrade, but a low here, nice bounce. Bounced off it yesterday. Not doing too much today. So man, under 45. I see a monthly low from June at 44.15, and then that old time low at 40.83. I mean, there's probably better stocks to buy out there than Coinbase.
And Michael Zamora bringing in Charge Point. This is one that I was looking for that break of 20. Could it get break of 20? Could it break a 20? It didn't want to do it. And now it's just been going down ever since then. I'm still calling the 20 on the upside. There's certain times where I look at stocks and I'm just like, well, I'm not touching it till then. So to me, 20 is the bullish move. It's been battling down here. Definitely needs to hold the 10. If it breaks 10, I'd be careful.
I'd even be worried if it broke 12. 11.98
Yeah.
was your low on the 10th, and then 12.22, and then 12.18. So you are distancing yourself from it a little bit today. Multiple. So I mean, I wouldn't give it to 10. I'd hope this thing would hold 12. This also is going to be the low close for the week. So it looks like charge point running a little low on voltage here. And I want to check my LTHM because I'm starting to get nervous about this thing. Yeah, man, I think I've been staying hanging around too long in this one. Next stock.
Joel, hang on tight to that one. I'll tell you. I'll give you the insight on that one. I'll tell you. Hold on to do what you do best. Hold on tight. You can blame it on me afterwards. No worries. I'm sure you'll keep me to it. Another stock for Michael. Keep watch of EVgo for ChargePoint also. They like to run side by side sometimes. Sometimes EVgo gets the news and it starts making move and ChargePoint moves. Those are ones that I keep close and watch. And I literally got an EVgo charger just down the street. So it's not like I never see EVgo also. So those are like the two main, I would say, charging station type of stocks to keep watch. EVgo and ChargePoint. But let's keep going. Let's go to some other ones.
I'd say keep. I mean, this Tesla. I mean, this is the best in breed, and that made a new low for the move today. 77.12. You could a bulls can call the double bottom because you hit a low at 76.55. But I don't know. And that's the reason I'm really getting nervous about this LTHM. Is because the batteries. So I don't know where this whole EV thing's at. We had its run, but you need to run in Tesla, I would say, before just if the leader's not going, then the laggards aren't going to go either.
Yeah, definitely. Blink is another one too, Jay, adding in there. But let's keep moving. Let's go to another stock here. Let's take a look at
Netflix,
Airbnb. Netflix. Netflix was one I was
Airbnb.
watching today. We could do that one too, because
Ooh. All right, Airbnb. Oh man, on
back
its
below the
heels again.
100.
Bad week for it.
Man, these IPOs that came
Man,
out, everyone wants to
I
hit the
know.
SPACs, but the IPOs didn't do well either.
I don't know. You want to take a stab at this one, Mitch? This is, I mean,
Yeah, the stab is it's just you wait for it to turn around because right now it doesn't look good. In my eyes, it was in a bearish pattern. It broke the 110, went down there towards around 91, then used that 110 as resistance in that area, and that's not a
mhm.
good sign because you want to see it get through that level going back towards 120. It didn't do that. Used it as a new resistance now. It's coming back towards that 92 low, 91.27 on that day. I'd be watch out for the takedown through that. The only thing that can kind of help is that there was a lot of volume that came in on that 104 to 96. Maybe some buyers stepped in on that discount type of day, but as they see it go through that floor, which is 94.25, they could let it go also.
Yeah, I mean, you could have drawn a trend line off these lows, connecting, 4 lows in a row, 5 lows in a row. If you would have used that for an exit point, you'd be doing okay. I'm just trying to get something for you out of this technically. And I would just say, man, make a higher high, right? You got 3 days of lower highs, lower lows, and lower closes. So maybe when that pattern stops and it holds, it will be for a turnaround. Right now, your next, if you're sticking your neck out here at 99.66, you got to at least give yourself. I don't know what your risk rewards ratio, but you at least got to give it a little bit under that 95.15. That was your November 9th low.
Yeah, I don't like that stock, at least the chart,
Let's
not one
do
bit.
Netflix real
Let's
quick.
do Netflix. It
Netflix.
did get a double upgrade during the week, and I was looking to see today, could we get above the 300? That's what I talked about
Mm,
for when we were going towards our trading, and it could not. It tried. It went to 299. What we got there? 299.27 at the open or near the
yeah.
open, and then just couldn't
I
do
got
it.
298. I got 298 as the high, I think, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Pre-market, you got a
99.82.
299.85,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah, that's all you get.
Um, I'd be a little concerned here if you're taking out this 87. You had a low at 88.19 on Monday. You're making a new low for the week on Friday, closing near that area. I just don't like this vacuum pattern here underneath it. Holds 287, good to go. But this one, couple, got. I know the Goldman made the move on it, but
Mhm.
under 287, I mean, you tell me where this thing's going. If it takes out 287, your next daily low comes in at 271.56.
I say if it breaks that, why not 250? Fills finally the gap on the downside. Last time it went down there, it didn't fill the gap completely. Maybe this time it does, but we'll wait and see. All right, let's keep going. We'll take another stock from the chat. One more here. It's 4 o'clock. Let's do the story. Let's do the Led Zeppelin story and wrap up the week. It's been a great one. Take us to it, Joe. Tell us about it. What happened? Where was
I think I've
this?
told this one. I think I've told this one before. It was actually it's funny because of the Taylor Swift. It was the year was 1980 or 1981, and Led Zeppelin was coming to Detroit. And what they decided to do for the tickets was there was like no Ticketmaster or whatever. The way you got tickets was they were going to put the information in the Detroit Free Press in the morning. Okay. And then once
All
you got
right.
that information, then you had to go get a money order, right? And then you had to mail it in. So I talked to my dad on whatever after swim practice, and I told him about it. And my dad said, "I got a great idea." And I said, "What's that?" He goes, "Well, let's go get a money order, okay? And then Yeah, and actually, I didn't drive up there, but he goes, "Why don't you have some of your friends drive up to the Detroit Free Press building, right? And when they leave the Free Press building at 2 in the morning, ask you to get a paper from them." So I think I had a swim meet the next day or something. My dad's like, "You're not going," but a couple of my buddies went. They stood outside the Free Press building. The guy dropped the paper on them. They got the information for Led Zeppelin tickets, and they had the money order, and then they filled everything out, and they went to the post office, and it was at the post office before people even got the information, and they said it would the tickets were going to be first come first served basis. So I'm just thinking, oh man, I am going to get front row at Led Zeppelin. This is unbelievable. What a great idea by my dad, right? And so we sent the tickets in, we had the money order, and about 2 weeks later, I come out of school, and one of my buddies is sitting in his, I don't know, Charger, whatever car it was, and he's just like in shock. And I'm like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "Bonham's dead. John Bonham died, the drummer, and they canceled the concert." And I never able. I was maybe it was
Wow.
79, 80, or no. All right, so it was 80. Bottom passed. It was 79 or 80. I thought it was my senior year, and my buddy came out, and Bottom passed away. They canceled the concert, and they said, "Okay, the money that we got last, we're going to send back first." And it took me months to get my money back from that. So I had a shot to go see Zeppelin, and that's when Bonham died. So what the year was, I don't. I thought it was my senior year. Let's look it up. So if I tell the story again, people don't say hogwash on it. Bonham died in 80. Okay, so it must have been my junior year. So
Confused for so long, it's not true.
oh, we're gonna get in big trouble, Mitch.
Yeah, I'm not hiding away. You guys hit the like. I hope you guys enjoyed this week. We don't hide out here at Benzinga. We keep it real,
Oh
dazed and
man.
confused, baby. Appreciate you, Joel. Like
All right.
always, man.
We'll
Have a
see you
good
later.
one. Signing out. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.